Lots of bubbles, no troubles. Hey, that's what my aunt used to say. I'm not sure why. In the hot seat today, we've got the brand new, well, kind of new. Is it new? I think it's new. Anyway, what a name this one has. The EverStart 10711WDI digital multimeter from Walmart.
The EverStart 10711WDI.
Look at that red, empty screen. Kind of depressing. Well, fear not. Can stare at the dragon in the meantime. Hey, me and the wife, we decided we wanted to go to New York. Literally, it's like 35-40 minutes from our home. Anyway, once there, I wanted to find the cheapest multimeter. Not just any cheap multimeter, the cheapest meter from Walmart. So we went to Ogdensburg to this super clean Walmart, and here's a little snippet of that. Here we are in beautiful Ogdensburg, New York, at the Walmart in the, well, not really the electrical department. I don't know what department it was, but it was kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, that was the first choice for a digital multimeter. Look at that. And the price, $25.27. Remember, this is US buckaroos. And there is the other one for $16.52. Who makes up these prices anyway? But that's it. That's all they had was 2 meters in all of Walmart. Anyway, long story short, had to pick one, and I was going a little bit crazy this time. Then I thought, well, I got to get the cheapest, right? I got to get the cheapest. Here you go, the cheapest multimeter from Walmart, live in front of your eyes. Well, it was taped live. See? Okay. Yes, the EverStart kind of looks a little bit familiar, but we'll get into that a little later on. It is a cheap multimeter. Well, cheap in terms of Walmart cheap. $16.99 US, big ones. $17 US, about 23 Canadian. I don't know, about 21 euros. Anyway, it is in the cheapo realm. Let's take a look. I already have these cheapo test leads put in, and they are cheap. They are, kind of stiff, rubbery going on here. And it did pass the pull test, but, definitely a little on the wonky side, small as well. And I mean, if you're going to end up using this as your daily driver, replace the test leads. Powered by one of these 9-volt bad boys. I'll show you how to open that up and put that in just a second. And it comes with that infamous digital multimeter user's manual. Actually not bad. Even have some pictures, tells us a little bit about the meter. Hey, it's a basic meter in terms of basic meters. Does the bare minimum, does volts, AC/DC up to 300 volts. That's right, you heard it. 300, not 600. Only goes up to 300 volts AC or DC. Does current as well, up to 10 amps, go figure. And diode and a 9-volt tester and resistance. But yeah, no NCV, no live wire, no flashlight, none of this funky stuff. Just your basic meter. Who doesn't appreciate accuracy when it comes to a multimeter? 5.01 on that 5.00 precision voltage reference output. Awesome. Oh, 5.02. Oh, 1. Okay, it's flickering in between, but it's still in spec. Now, flow AC volts are your thing. You're probably going to want to pass this one by. If you can see that AC voltage starts at 200 volts AC, a far cry from the DC, where it goes down to 200 millivolts. So, yeah, but anyway, since we're here, let's see what we can get. This should be coming up as 4.999 volts AC on the DMM Check Plus. And we are getting down to 4 something, so we're definitely in the ballpark, but because of the low resolution, not only of the display, but of the actual AC readings themselves, can't really tell what we're at, so anyway. Hey, we have that low current high precision reference hooked up right now. 100 milliamps is what we want. 100.3 coming in. Good job, EverStart. Now we're taking it down even further. 1 milliamp DC and coming in at 0.99 of a milliamp. Awesome. Has a pretty good clickety clack. I like that. It does not get lost between the ranges. In fact, for a cheapo, it's very good. Very good. What I'm not thrilled about is the actual body itself. It's plasticky. There's no rubberized grip. If your hands are a little bit greasy or oily, well, it's going to do the old slipperoo, I guarantee you. Yeah, too bad. That being said, the screen for 2,000 counts is nonetheless crisp and vibrant, and that's a good thing because we don't have a backlight. We don't have a backlight. Why don't we have a backlight? Hey, did you notice something? No, not the blue colored weird Unity. No, I'm talking about the EverStart. Look at that ETL rating. It's got an ETL rating. Intertech. What else do we have here on the back? Conforms to all those standards, safety standards. So this has been rated by Intertech ETL. We have a somewhat safe meter, I'm assuming. So we should have, I don't know, at least a couple of fuses in there. Maybe even a PT serum off. I'm hoping. Soon find out. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people buy these cheapies, especially at the big stores, strictly for the battery testing functionality. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Look at this. We have a 9 volt battery, and I'm plugged in right now, and we're reading 9 volts, 9.62 volts to be exact. So, you know what? Is it a good 9 volt? Well, it looks like it, but let's make sure. Simply switch it over to the 9 volt testing mode. And try testing that battery again. What it's going to do, it's going to put a small load on the battery, as you know, or may not know, and that load is going to determine whether or not this battery can still push out. And yes, it can. Look at that. Oh, I've got the leads reversed the wrong way. That's where we're showing up that negative polarity. 9.27 volts. So not as high as that original 9 volt reading, but nonetheless, in the 9 volt testing mode, 9.2 volts is a good battery. Finally, we're looking at volts AC, 120.5 volts, and I've got those probe masters inserted into the meter, and it fits like a glove. 120 volts, 0.5 AC. Remember, this is not true RMS, but not a big deal, obviously, for the home. Looking good. Already no time like diode time. Here we are. Starting off with the red LED. It is lit, and we have a forward voltage drop over to the green lit, the yellow lit, the white not lit, and the blue not lit. So 3 out of 5 in terms of illumination, 1 out of 5 in terms of a forward voltage drop. Not so good considering we're using a 9 volt battery. And of course, we're going to check our regular diode. There's the forward voltage drop. We do not have that nice audible beep, short, what have you, but there you go. Output voltage in diode mode is a sad 2.2 volts. By the way, check out that new tooltop multimeter that will be coming up next on the channel to review. Oh, can't wait for that one. It is a cool meter. Cool. Don't forget, at the end of the month, we're giving away one of these awesome digital microscopes, handheld, courtesy of EverStart. All you got to do is check out the review I did not long ago, and you will be automatically entered to win. Just leave a comment and subscribe. That's it. That's all. Oh, this is such a cool scope. Here we are side by side with that cheapo Santec I picked up from Harbor Freight as well not long ago. Check out the video if you haven't checked it out. Lots of fun there. Yeah, size-wise, obviously the EverStart from Walmart is a tiny bit smaller. Definitely more pocketable and, you know, easier to take on the road. They are both manual ranging, so you're not really missing much in that department. Now, a few more bells and whistles, obviously, on the Santec. It is a tiny bit more as well, but hey, you know, there you go. 2 cheapos from the big box stores. All right, let's take a look inside the EverStart. I keep wanting to say Everlast. I don't know why. It's an EverStart. Here we go, taking a look at the inside of the EverStart multimeter. Bada boom, bada bing. No shielding, no surprise, considering the price point. But yeah, by the way, to change the battery, you have 2 Phillips screws in those holes. Take the screws out and you have to open up the back. Now be careful when you do, because we have a couple of little catchers here that are connected to the top. And if you pull or yank it too hard, you could probably break those clips. So just take your sweet time when you're doing that. That gives you access to the battery as well as the entire multimeter. So put it in like so. There you go. Anyway, here we go. Let's start off with that current shunt. That is one big mama of a current shunt. Check it out. full length of the meter print. Wow. So for a tiny multimeter, that is definitely a good thing. Here we have the tiny fuses. Well, they're kind of not so tiny, but 5 by 20 millimeters, 10 amp, 300 volt, as well as the 300 volt, 250 milliamp on the low current side of things. So what is unusual is that, oh, there it is. I couldn't find it at first, but it looks like, yes, we do have at least one PTC, and I believe that is on the voltage side. Jacks are your standard split variety, a little ho-hum, nothing new going on there, but they do have that added support with those wells in the back, so they're probably in there pretty safe and secure. A little bit of a diode clamp going on. We have our cobbed IC, but take a close look, and what do you see? Yes, this is actually a rebranded All-Sun EM390C. Oh, wow. There you go. So from the All-Sun company. So also the original OEM on this device. Here we have some programmable headers for factory calibration, and that is pretty well it. Closing thoughts on the tiniest little cheapest multimeter available from Walmart, at least in Ogdensburg, New York, as of June 2024. It is mediocre at best. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like a turd, you know, it didn't do anything crazy. It did all that was expected to do, but I just think at this day and age where we are in terms of multimeters, you can still get much more bang for your buck for the same buck. Get it? This thing must have fell out of my hands at least 3-4 times already. That corpus is just so darn slippery. Why, oh, why they didn't put a little rubberized boot on this meter, I'll never know. And the fact that it ships without a backlight, even though it does have a crisp, vibrant display, for me it's still non-negotiable. But hey, you know, it's not all gloom and doom, of course. It is cheap. It is a pretty basic meter, and if you just need the basic of basics, this will probably do the job for you. So in that case, you might be happy with it. Gotta say though, I did like that selector switch. Oh, so smooth, like a gravy train. That is nice. Now, it did get stuck in between ranges every now and then. That was a little unnerving, and that's a no-no. All in all, what can I say? The EverStart. Oh, this name, the 10711WDI manual ranging multimeter from Walmart gets a ho-hum 2.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, missing that audible continuity and a better performance in a diode mode that would have made a big difference. Hey, hope you enjoyed this review, everybody. Lots more coming. Till the next one, keep on testing.